Okay everyone, so now we are learning that how to use constructor inside the program. Here we are using different types of constructor: instance constructor, shared constructor, parameterized constructor. So first of all, we are creating the program here. We have created a form. This is the form 1. Now we change the text of the form, that is Ankit Verma. Then afterward we dragged and dropped one label, that is label 1. Then we change the text of the label, which is constructor. Then we dragged and dropped one button, this is button 1, and we change the text, that is click. Afterward we double click on the click button, and here this code will open. So here we are having the public class form 1. So for this form 1, the class is created, which is public, which can be accessed outside, and it is ending with the end class. Now afterward, when we click on this button, we know that the button coding also appear. So this is the part of button coding. Now here we are having private, because this button is the part of form, so it is the private. Sub means void, no return type. It is ending with the end sub. Then afterward we are having the button underscore click. This is the name of procedure. Two arguments are passed. This is 1 and this is 2. It is going to handle button 1 dot click event. So that means whenever we click on the button, this procedure will be called. Above the coding of button, we are creating the class here. So this is the class. We know that class is the user defined data type, so we can provide our own name. So here I have given the name, which is Ankit. You can give your name. I have given my name here. Public means this class can be accessed outside. This is ending with the end class. So here we can see that the whole thing is the class. So whatever is inside that is the part of class. We know that the class is the combination of two things. One is the data members and second one is the member function. So here in the first two lines, we have declared the data members. So here this is the one and this one is the second. Now we can see that there are two types of members we have declared, or two types of variables we have declared. The first one is dim a as integer. We know that this is the normal declaration. Whenever we are declaring any variable normally, that is called the instance variable. Then the next variable we have declared is shared b as integer. Now here we have used the shared keyword. So this is the variable b which is declared, and we are using the shared keyword because the word is shared. So this b is the shared keyword. So two variables are declared here. One is a and one is b. So we know that variable a is of instance type and variable b that is of shared type, or we can say a is the instance variable, b is the shared variable. What is the difference between that? Let us suppose that we are having the class. Now this class, we are assuming that two objects are created. So here we assume this is the obj1, so this is the object 1, and we assume that there is another object which is obj2. We know that this object 1 and 2 will be having the different values of their variables. But if you talk about the instance variable can have different values. Just like in object 1, it may have the value 10. In object 2, it may have the value 20. So normal variable we declare, that is the instance variable. But if you talk about the shared variable, you take n objects, but everywhere the value of shared object will be same. So the value of shared variable will be same in all the objects. So here, if the value is 5 in object 1, the value 5 will be remain in object 2 as well. So that is a simple difference. If we are using the keyword shared before any variable, that is the shared variable, and shared variable will be having the same values throughout in all the objects. And if you are declaring any variable normally, that is the instance variable. Instance variable change the values in different objects. And here in this program, we are using the constructor. So simple thing is that if any constructor is initializing the instance variable, that is called the instance constructor. Any constructor who is initializing the value of shared variable, that is called the shared constructor. And constructor, we start with the new keyword. You can see that here we are having new. Now this new with the bracket, that means this is the constructor. Now before that we are applying sub, that means it is having no return type, so it is having with the end sub, and is public because it can be accessed outside. So this is our constructor 1 which is created. This constructor is initializing the value of a as 10, and we know that a is the instance type. So that means this is the instance constructor, because any constructor who is going to initialize the instanced variable value, that is called the instance constructor. Now we are going on the next. Again we are having this new with the bracket. That means it is the constructor. So we define it as a constructor. Sub means no return type, which is void, and here it is ending with the end sub. We are using the keyword shared, and shared means it is going to initialize the shared variables. So here we can see that b is equal to 20, and b is of which type? B is the shared variable. So any constructor who is initializing the shared variable is called the shared constructor. So we have created constructor 2 here. Now this is constructor 2. Afterward, again we are using the new keyword with the bracket. So that means it is the constructor. And here we can see sub. Sub means no return type, it is void. End sub, it is ending. Public means it can be accessed outside. Now here in the new, we are passing a parameter x as integer by value method. So whenever we are passing a parameter, that is very simple, it is the parameterized constructor. This one is the parameterized constructor, and we can say that this is C3. This is the third constructor, and here we can see that a is equal to x. So it is accessing the instance variable. That means this is the instance constructor also. We should know that there are two categories of instance constructor. One is the default constructor. So this one is the default. And second one is the parameterized. Shared constructor can never be parameterized. Shared constructor will always be the normal constructor or the default constructor. So the instance constructor can be default or the parameterized. We can see that it is initializing the value of a. A is the instance variable. Again, value of a, it is the instance variable. So here parameterized constructor or the default constructor, both are the part of instance constructor. So we can say that majorly there are two types of constructor. One is the instance constructor and second one is the shared constructor. The constructor who is initializing the instance variable or the normal variable is called the instance constructor, and the constructor who is initializing the shared variable is called the shared constructor. Instance constructor can further be classified into the default constructor and the parameterized constructor. If we are not passing any parameter, then this is called the default constructor, and if we are passing the parameter, that is called the parameterized constructor. Default constructor are not popular with their name. They are popular with the normal instance constructor name. That's why here we have used the instance constructor instead of the default constructor. And here we are used the parameterized constructor. So whenever the instance constructor is mentioned, you should see that it is the default constructor. Although the parameterized constructor is also the part of instance constructor. Now afterward we have declared one procedure. We can see that this, it is a procedure name because the brackets are mentioned. Then sub. Sub means no return type. Public, it can be accessed outside, so it is ending with the end sub. So this is the procedure which is declared. Now here we are using a message box which is going to take the sum of a and b. So now we are going to see that how this program will work. First of all, we are having the form. In this form we will click on the button. After clicking on the button, this code will run. Afterward, we are having dim obj1 as new class name, and the class name is Ankit. Whenever we are using this new keyword, that means the object is created. So that means this Ankit class is having the first object, which is obj1. So with the help of this obj1, we can just access the members of the class. So this is the obj1. So one object is created, and the name of object is obj1. So now for the object, two variables are declared, a and b. So here two variables are available, a and b. We know that variable a is the instance type whose values can be different with the different object, and variable b is the shared variable whose value will be the same with all the objects. Now afterward, this constructor will be called, which is subnew. So this constructor is the not parameterized, so it will be called, it is setting the value of a as 10. So the value of a will be 10 now. Afterward, shared constructor will be called, because here is no parameter, it will be called b is equal to 20. So the value of b is set as 20. Now after that, next line will execute dim obj2 as new Ankit. Now this is the name of class and new means it is the object. So one more object is created, which is obj2, and this object is going to access the class members. So here is the object 2 and we are passing the parameter, which is 100. So value is going. So here parameterized constructor will be called. So this is the object 2 which is created and it is going to call the parameterized constructor. Here we can see that new is the constructor and here we are having x as integer. That means it is a parameter. So constructor 3 will be called. Here a is equal to x. We can see that here 100 was passed. So the value of x was 100. Now this 100 is initialized to a. For the object 2, we are having the value of a is 100. And we know that b is the shared variable. That's why the value of b will remain 20. That's why it is the shared variable. Now with the object 1, we are going to call the display function. So object 1.disp. Now this is going to call the display function. This is the display function. And what it is doing? It is just showing a message box a plus b. We know that for the object 1, the value of a is 10 and the value of b is 20. So 10 and 20, the sum is 30. So now this 30 will be shown to the message box. So here is the message box and 30 will be the result. Then afterward we press OK. Afterward, next line will execute obj2.disp. Means from the object 2, we are going to call this display function. Now again, this display function is going to have the inner coding, which is message box a plus b. And here the message box will appear with a plus b. We know that for the object 2, the values of a and b are 100 and 20. And 100 plus 20 is nothing but 120. So their sum is displayed here, 120 into the message box. So this is how we can create the constructor. So here we have learned that there are two categories of constructor. One is the instance constructor, which is going to initialize the instance variable, means whose value change with the objects. And second one is the shared constructor, who is going to initialize the shared variable. Shared variable values remain same with all the objects. Instance constructor can be the default constructor or the parameterized constructor. So here we have learned that instance constructor or the default constructor, then shared constructor, then afterward parameterized constructor. So here we have learned that with the help of code, we can use different types of constructor and we can initialize the instance and the shared variable values. So that is all about the constructor.